I'm Kylie from Scribbles and Dots, and I have a book for you today called Hamster Princess, Harriet, the Invincible. Now, Harriet's like any other princess, except she's a hamster, and she prefers sword fighting and fractions to sighing and fainting. She would prefer to go out and have great big adventures instead of hiding away in a tower. And when Harriet finds out that she is cursed at birth to fall into a deep sleep at the age of 12, she doesn't exactly react the way her parents would want her to. She realizes that that means until she's 12, she's invincible. So Harriet goes out and has great big adventures and fights dragons and trolls and giant cats, and tries to find the witch who cursed her too. Now, Harriet's written by Ursula Vernon, who also wrote the Dragon Breath series and Castle Hangnail, and Castle Hangnail is slotted to become a Disney movie in the next couple of years, which is really exciting. And we'll read Castle Hangnail in a different video. But this is Harriet, the Invincible, who likes to ride her pet quail, by the way. Once upon a time, in a distant land, there was a beautiful princess named Harriet Hamster, who, as her name indicated, was a hamster. Trust me, for a hamster, I'm stunning. She was brave and intelligent and excelled in traditional hamster princess skills, like checkers and fractions. I've taken 7/8 of your pieces. Do you want to give up? She was not very good at trailing around the palace looking ethereal and sighing a lot, which are also traditional princess skills, but her parents hired deportment teachers to try to make up for it. Pale and melancholy, princess, pale and melancholy, and try not to stomp. Melancholy means sad. When I'm sad, I stomp. What's the point of being sad if nobody can hear you? Her deportment teacher tried to make her walk around with a book on her head to improve her posture. He was later found in the library with a book stuffed in his mouth, and Harriet was grounded for a month. She loved riding her quail Mumphrey and rode him all over the countryside. Riding quail can't actually fly, but they make excellent steeds for hamsters. Harriet and Humphrey rode everywhere pretending to slay monsters, since her parents would not actually let her go out and slay real dragons. This was a great source of disappointment for her. But Mom, it's only a little dragon. It's too dangerous, dear, and slaying dragons isn't very princessly. Ugh, but I'm a princess. If I do it, it's got to be something princesses do. Who makes these rules? Despite being kept away from monsters, Harriet was generally happy, and not as irritating as some princesses. Yet her mom and dad were often depressed, for they knew that a dark cloud hung over the princess, and indeed the very kingdom. Well, I'm depressed. Me too. For when the princess was only 12 days old, on the day she was to be christened, a dreadful curse had been placed upon her, and despite their best efforts, the hamster king and queen had no idea how to break it. That is Hamster Princess, Harriet the Invincible, the first chapter. And this is a chapter book. It is a good mid-range book for kids who have mastered sight words and are moving on to bigger words. I think it's a great book to read together as a family, and it's a really strong female lead, which can be hard to find sometimes, and I think that little girls and little boys can really enjoy this book. There is another male character that gets introduced later on, and I highly encourage you get this and add it to your library. There's also a second one, a sequel, and so they can continue reading on if they like the first one. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you watch more of my videos, and I hope you visit my website, scribblesanddots.com, for more books and more reading lists, and keep reading.